spend time on promoting these challenges is very humbling. It's a huge honor. It's gratifying. It's so many different things. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but it's all positive, and it seems like it comes from a place. I know it comes from a place with love, and for that, it's just
Absolutely.
overwhelmingly loving.
Well, there's certainly great love for your dad. That is why all those people are in the chat room today. But that love also extends to you and your family. Your cousin Taj was with us last night, and he mentioned that your grandmother was sending us her best wishes for the challenge. So she even knows about it. So we're just happy to do this, and we're going to keep doing this until it gets back on the chart. So know that.
I appreciate that. It really is just truly an honor to feel all that love from you guys, and I think it's a testament. Actually, a lot of people of us were talking. A lot of my friends and family who attended Thriller Nights was talking about how the overall crowd of people was just such a loving and really cool crowd, which is really
Absolutely.
interesting because it all these people chose to come to the party. It's not like we selected people to come to the party,
Sure.
and I think it really speaks to the type of energy that my dad put out there into the world, because all of
Ab-
us were there to celebrate such an awesome human being, and you really felt it there in that night, and I still feel
Absolutely.
it to this day.
Hey, everybody. I would first like to introduce my special guest, Melanie from the Michael Jackson Fans of New York City. How you doing, Melanie?
Hey, Gadget, how you doing?
Girl, I'm so happy and so proud that you got Prince and Taj Jackson.
No, isn't that something? It is,
Girl,
it is a testament to Michael Jackson, but we were thrilled to have them on Stationhead because it's an important platform for us as fans, and we appreciate Prince and Taj because their support means everything to us.
so before we move forward about what Stationhead is and just catch up with all the things Jackson related for Thriller 40, I would just like to just say hi to everybody. It's just so amazing that you guys are helping build this channel. Me and Melanie literally have been on this journey together
We should
13 years strong, and of course we were fans from childhood and
have
teenagehood, and it's interesting how we have been able to adapt to how this fandom has changed.
exactly, and we're getting new fans, fans who were not even born when Michael passed, and they get it, and that is the magic of Michael Jackson. They understand what the message is. They understand the humanity of the man. They get it.
You know what's interesting? When we started, I found you through Facebook, and at the time, Facebook. Well, actually, I'm wrong. Before Facebook, the actual Michael Jackson fans used to have like AOL and other ways to connect, but I wasn't aware of it. But I met you through Facebook. And now we're in a new chapter of technology of bringing Michael Jackson's legacy out. And I think this is why this station head thing is important to highlight. So, you know what? I guess we could talk about that because one, you got Prince on your thing and Taj, but this is what we call the future of technology with fandom. So go ahead, Melanie, take the floor.
Stationhead, it is something all Michael Jackson fans, all moonwalkers need to embrace. It is the future. It is a platform that allows fans to get together and celebrate, especially new music, which is what we're doing because we all know the Thriller is celebrating its 40th anniversary. And this week needs to be a big party for all of us. We have a whole lot to celebrate. So it's a way for fans to come together, listen to new music. We have scheduled a week of what we're calling Thriller 40 listening parties, and it's a great opportunity for fans to get together. Last week, we did what we call the Thriller Challenge, and we had fans from the US, Brazil, Russia, Japan. I'm probably leaving some countries out. Um, and it is a great way to get together and celebrate Michael because it is absolutely what he deserves.
Just in case no one saw, Invincible Jackson was the first person to explain what Station Head is. How do you set that up? What are the steps of doing Stationhead? Because some people had some issues with the technical parts, like
Sure.
what type of what they call it, streaming services you have to have. Can you explain how to do Stationhead and how does it, how to get it started?
Every time we play a Michael Jackson song, and in this case, Thriller, Michael gets credit, if you will. They're called streams. So each person that logs into these listening parties becomes a stream. Those streams help Michael get back on the charts. That's why it is so imperative to have as many fans as we can, to bring your family, your friends, whoever, to those listening parties, because that's exactly what happened, how Michael will get back on the chart. And fans from BTS, Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, we all have seen what's going on with Taylor Swift today. Their fans have been using Stationhead to get those songs to number one. And it's about time for the Michael Jackson fan community to get on board. And we are getting on board to get Michael back on the Billboard charts because that's where he belongs.
One thing to note, you have to have, I believe, Apple Music or
Yeah.
Spotify, right, to be able to use this, correct?
Exactly. You have to be a member of Apple Music or Spotify. Both of them have free trial periods. So once you get on one of those platforms, you're going to love it. I, for one, have Apple Music, and that's how they count the streams. That is how they know who's listening to what songs. So what you need to do is go to Stationhead and download the app and then connect to a premium music service. And it's either Apple Music or Spotify.
So far, even though we know there's other streaming services, those are the only two for now.
That's for the only two for now. When you keep on, every time you play a Michael Jackson song, and we put together, and there is an amazing group of fans who are working really hard on this Thriller 40. And Justice for Some has been amazing about putting that information out. And they put playlists together so you can listen to Michael before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, during the day. All of those count to get Michael back on the charts.
MJ Fangirl writes, "Congrats on interviewing Prince and Taj. This was fun for that Stationhead thing. As you could see, I recorded as much as I could. That's what I opened with. I was just so in awe that Prince and Taj did that for us."
It was amazing, and it really just came to. And I have to give Injustice for Some the credit, and Taj Jackson. Taj has been so behind the Thriller Challenge, which was our effort last week to get Thriller back on the Billboard charts. And he put out a call for Prince Jackson, who is just coming off of Thriller Nights. He was a little bit under the weather, but he did not hesitate, and he joined us. And originally, he was going to stay on for a few minutes and talk about Thriller, but the two of them hung out for at least an hour, an hour and a half.
Yes, I was like, they're hanging out with us.
Yeah, they were there, and I kept because I didn't want to impose on their time, especially because I knew Prince wasn't feeling well. But they were just hanging out and having a good time and listening to the music. And I was playing from J5 days up until now, and Prince hadn't heard the "Going Back to Indiana" song that I played, which was from the television series special that they did, and it really touched his heart. So we're going to have a great time. I'm happy to announce that Travis Payne,
Oh
Michael's,
wait, well in that case, let's just get into
yeah,
the breakdown because I put that in there.
yep, Travis
So
Payne will be joining us on November 19th. There it is. And we're working on other special guests. But it's people like Travis, Prince, and Taj that really help us get the word out about this challenge and about Thriller 40. It starts on November 18th. They're between 6 and 11 o'clock. You can come in your pajamas. You can come in whatever you want. You can use your phone. You can listen from your computer, whatever it takes, and you have a great time. And you are hanging out with the fans of Michael Jackson. So there's November 21st, November 22nd, November 23rd. If someone wants to have their own and host one of them, we invite other DJs. So the last one right now, it doesn't have to be, is November 23rd. And I'm hosting that one. I'm the DJ for that one. And I'm working on some special guests. And it's just a great way to hang out with like minded MJ fans and celebrate the most amazing album of all time. And we all know that's Thriller.
This is also another way of listening to music with your friends. So, not to age us, but when CDs and albums were out, you used to go to people's houses, listen to it, and have conversations. This is technology bringing something from yesteryear, but in a more modern and more convenient way. And I love the chats. I was like, you could even have other people talk, like if you wanted to have a discussion. This is definitely the future, and this is something I think, like you said, every Michael Jackson or music fan should have on their phone services, especially if they already have premium services for Spotify or Apple Music.
You know, when I was growing up, we used to listen, we used to hang out in my basement, and my friends would come on over, and we would play our Jackson 5 records. And that was our community. But now, look at it, the community is worldwide.
Yes.
We share with other moonwalkers. And we have a commonality between all of us, and that commonality is our love and respect for Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I think what I like about this, the artist is actually getting streaming credit
Yes.
for this to happen. We know from the Thriller Challenge, though, that when artists come out with music, it is better to actually pay and download it. So I wasn't able to make a slide for this, but I want to give credit to TJ Jackson for his latest single, Passion, the acoustics, because a lot of this stuff came out during the Thriller Challenge, and then we weren't able to focus on them. Yeah. So you were like, I would personally download it so you can get more credit. Also, Paris Jackson had a single come out. I think it's called is it Just You? Oh my God, Paris, forgive me. I love the single, by the way. And Austin Brown, Fire. So those are the more latest music from the Jacksons. Download it, pay the $129 or whatever it costs to download it. And then if you want to give them streaming credit, why not have a streaming party on Stationhead?
Exactly.
So we know from the Thriller Challenge, the downloads are more effective.
Yes, exactly. And so my first show is going to be on November 19th. I haven't put the playlist together yet because a major part of that playlist is going to be the new album, the Thriller 40 album.
Yes.
But we're also going to be playing the music of the Jacksons. So you'll hear a little Austin Brown, you'll hear Paris, you'll hear Janet, you'll hear TJ, you'll hear 3T. And it's all part of the party. And we celebrate the Jackson family that way.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest adding their newer singles on their stuff. Paris Jackson's album came out when I was going through something really, really bad. So I finally had a chance to catch up with all her music. And I've actually grown up with a lot of alternative and rock music, especially coming from a private school. I love her album. It's deep, though. It is deep. It hits the soul. But it is definitely something like, I appreciate how the Jacksons all have different genres now, and of course, Austin Brown's Fire, it has a nice like Caribbean undertone to it. The Jacksons, especially the second gen, are really coming into their own. They have their own voices. And I always tell fans, when you meet an individual Jackson, as much as we love Michael, I challenge you guys to get to know them individually. Like if I speak to TJ Jackson, I'm talking about TJ's single. Or I'm talking, I try my best to tell her everything to them. Yes, I love also having Michael moments with them. But if I only have like a minute with them, I'm just going to talk about them. Yeah. You're lucky you had a lot of time with Prince and Ty. So you had time to like say a bunch of stuff. I never had that opportunity yet.
Well, we're hoping to get some of the other Jacksons on, and we're working on it. They're not confirmed yet, so hopefully that will happen. But I think it's all important. It's part of the legacy of the Jackson family. It's certainly part of Michael's legacy. One of the things that Taj talked about is when the first time 3T was going to perform, their uncle Michael sent for them and worked with them to get that performance on target. And he spent time with them and loved the fact that they were putting their own music together, but he wanted them to be right and sharp. And they are part of Michael's legacy as well. So
Yes.
we're here to celebrate all of it.
I'm so proud of the members of 3T because they have been able to continue to make new music, but the way they support Michael's legacy is so revealing on how much Michael meant to them.
Yes.
And I'm like, they have their own careers, they're doing their own thing, but they always make sure that they pay homage to Michael Jackson. And that's really awesome to see. I it's just like, wait a minute. I remember TJ had Passion come out and he's like, guys, don't stream my stuff, stream Thriller for this challenge. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, you gonna put your own stuff on the side for your uncle? That just says a lot about how much they value their uncle,
Well, the three of them ride or die for their uncle.
as
And
as they should be.
and we did not have to convince Taj to be part of this. He called us and said, "How can I help?" He called in Justice for Some and said, "How can I help?" So it is part of that legacy that we celebrate and we will continue to celebrate. So anytime any of the Jacksons want to be part of this, I'm giving them an open invitation to come on and be part of this party because it's going to be at least a week-long celebration and we're going to get Thriller 40 back on the charts. Now I'm excited because if you go on iTunes chart right now, Thriller is the number one music video, or in Michael called them short films. And it's been that way for the last 3 days. Beat It is in the top five. And can you imagine an album that is 40
40
years
years
old
old.
and it's number one on the chart?
So let's get
I,
into some of the celebrations then.
yes,
First of all, I want to celebrate you for being able to have two amazing Jacksons on your station head. That is a big deal.
thank you. No, I was very excited and very honored and blessed to have them and just to be part of it. And as I said, we expected that they would be with us for 10 or 15 minutes.
They
They
were
hung
with
out.
you.
So
They
they,
were with us for, I was like, what is this? I forgot what I had to do. I said, oh, I got to put this on the side because this is a big deal. Hey, forget me.
yes. So, and they were there with us and they hung out in the chat room and
Yes.
they could not have been more gracious. And I really appreciate everything that they did to make those two broadcasts so special.
I would have to say this is the most rewarding year I've ever had in this whole social media thing. Um, I remember reflecting on Thriller Night. It took me 2 days to stop crying. I was so um, just taken aback by everything that happened that day with the Jacksons and my fellow moonwalkers, my fellow social media people. Like, I was saying on the other live, I just thought nobody was really paying me any attention, going by my views. And Red, who I honestly would just like to acknowledge, Red, who did the live with us, really recently had something really bad happen to her. And I don't want to get into the habit where we're celebrating things, but not acknowledging that some of the moonwalkers are not good. Red was on such a high, and I just want any moonwalker who knows her just to reach out. If you guys are following Red, you guys know what's going on with her.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like when you have the type of journey that me, Melanie, MJ Fangirl, this journey is very hard. Michael Jackson channels do not grow like other people's channels. There's more obstacles. There's just a lot with it. So these are what we call passion projects. We're not getting rich doing this. We're spending our time, our money, our this. And with the Jackson family even coming on your channel, or I spoke to Prince in Vegas, he said something so encouraging to me. I was just like, oh my gosh, I never thought they were paying us any attention this whole time. Yeah. And it helps me push through when I'm tired now, or this is just something. So it's just like, Red, I'm so sorry for everything you're going through, and I pray that you and your family, as you go through healing, use this, what's happened, as a way of pushing through the pain. Like I was telling you, Melanie, I'm actually still dealing with grief, but I'm using creativity to push through it. You
Yes,
know, it's just like I want us to find the balance. Do not be like, oh, I did this, that, and the third. I also want to say, hey, we're going through real life stuff. And we want, though, to use our community to help us heal, to help create, to help build, and just be strong for one another.
absolutely, absolutely. And there's no other fan community like the
Like
Michael
this.
Jackson fan community. And when there's one of us is in trouble or is having some challenges, we come together to support. And
Absolutely.
I appreciate that tremendously.
Yes. You guys have even helped me. You know, like through these lies, believe it or not, it helps me heal and
Hmm.
helps me to start pushing forward. Because I
Exactly.
was just like, you know what? It's hard to edit a video, but it's a little bit easier to do a live. Why not just do a live? And you guys are like, we love the lives. And I'm like, okay, let's do more lives then. So to my sister Red, we love you and we want you to continue healing. And if there's anything we could do, let us know. We love you, girl. We appreciate everything you've done to the community because Red has done some epic stuff, and I'm just so sad that right after Thriller Night, this something bad happened to her.
Yeah.
So, child,
I send my good wishes to her. And
okay.
oh, there we
So, so here is a celebration though, connected to Thriller. It's now in 4K, those two videos you mentioned.
yes, absolutely. Thriller and Beat It. Fans have been asking for it. Fans have been demanding it and begging for it, and now we have it. And the Beat It video is number I checked 4 on the iTunes chart. I mean, that video is beating Taylor Swift. It's beating BTS right now. Nicki
Crazy.
Minaj. Thriller's number 1, and Beat It is number 4, and it's been that way for 3 days. And we have the real celebration begins on Friday. So
Here's my question though. Were you surprised that we didn't make number one with the Thriller single?
I was disappointed, but I was not surprised.
I was surprised.
I was disappointed, but because there was a lot going on. BTS came out. One of the young men from BTS came out with music. Taylor Swift announced. Rihanna did her Black Panther. There was a lot of competition.
So if we could have done it again, it should have been at a different time.
Yeah, and I think we should do it again next year. That's my personal opinion.
We ain't got nothing else to buy. I brought every version out already.
That's all right. Buy as a gift and give it to someone. Buy a gift card. And I'm going to encourage people to stream Thriller 40 and buy it and give it as a gift. And you can buy a gift card and just make sure they use it for Thriller 40. And Christmas is coming, holidays are coming, Hanukkah is coming. So now is the time to start thinking about gifts. And I plan on giving out uh, Thriller 40 as gifts to some folks and my friends and family. I'm also, and I'm glad we're talking about it now, going to give out some prizes during my Stationhead, and we're going to be giving out Thriller 40. So you might be able to win one if you show up.
But okay, so do you think we could make something else a number one that wasn't a number one before, like maybe Baby Be Mine? Like
I,
you
I, think, I think anything's possible. We're also working on getting some of the views on YouTube. Billie Jean exceeded 1 billion views. They Don't Care About Us is close. So there are other efforts, and we will keep talking about them. And you'll hear. So there's a lot of efforts in terms of Michael's legacy to get.
because I mean, all we need to do is just get anything to number one for him to make a record. I mean, I get it. Thriller would have been nice, but if we couldn't, maybe we should try it with another song that we could just all buy and try this again and make sure there's nothing that can block us this time in terms of see who's going to be releasing what so we don't compete with a big artist.
I think there's some value to that, but also think we need to take advantage of Thriller being the anthem of Halloween,
Right,
and
right, right,
just as Mariah Carey does well with her Christmas song,
right.
we have that push for Thriller, and I'm going to advocate. And I'm not announcing anything official, but this is just my personal preference that we try again next year with Thriller.
If you can figure out how to, because I said if you have an Apple account, that's your only account.
Yeah.
I guess we need to figure out how to bypass our bought every version.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
but
like,
there are other ways to do it. You stream it.
uh-huh.
You can call radio stations. There are other ways to get Thriller on the charts, and we
Okay.
hopefully the same thing will happen with Thriller 40.
All right. Because I was just like, we bought every version already. And some people have more than one Apple account, but I'm like, I ain't doing all that.
But you can call your local radio station and ask them to play Thriller, and they'd be happy to do it, especially around Halloween.
I guess I never even called radio stations. I was like, I get from Michael, I do it.
But here's the thing: our international fans were calling radio stations in the U.S. to get, because the Billboard is a U.S. chart, to get Thriller on. So if they can do it and help us out, that's why we need fans from everywhere to be part of this effort. It'd be amazing if Thriller 40 was number one in the UK, in the United States, in China, in Japan, to get that album on where it belongs to number one.
You know what one issue someone said? They said they ordered something on, like, say, Amazon Music, but like they did it, let's say it was on Wednesday, but because of the time difference, it registered Tuesday. So there was those little things, like, that we weren't thinking, like, okay, maybe we should have started maybe the day after to make sure that it was so much drama with this. The efforts were phenomenal, though. It's just,
But the fans should celebrate the fact that Thriller, the single I'm talking about, was number one on Amazon.
oh, that is cool.
Okay, so there's plenty to celebrate here.
Yeah. I was just shocked it wasn't a top 10. I said, excuse me. I actually downloaded, like you guys said, on my phone, and I said, he's not even a top 10. Y'all tried it. I'm feeling scrutiny right now.
Yes, I said I was disappointed, but I was not surprised, just given about the amount of competition.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of how much.
Taylor Swift fans have crashed Ticketmaster today.
Her fans are really, really good. Like, they are so supportive of her. Yes. And that's how I want to be with the Jackson family moving forward. It was just like, you tell people by your streams and you actually downloading their stuff that their music matters.
And Taylor Swift fans use Stationhead.
Yes. And they actually buy her hardcover stuff too. Exactly. Like, they will actually buy CDs. And I'm like, that's committed, because now she's getting two incomes. She's getting download sales and hard copy sales.
And we all can learn from each other.
Absolutely.
Fans of BTS love Michael Jackson because they understand where BTS was inspired from Michael Jackson. So if we can get them behind us and help celebrate Thriller 40, all the better for all of us.
Oh, what's that?
That's my messengers.
Okay, I was like, dang.
We're ignoring. We'll ignore it. I have friends who are at MJ the Musical as we speak, and they're texting me because it's intermission right now, and they're blown away. And there's just Act 1. They haven't seen the second half.
Well, in that case, I guess the next slide. Let's congrats.
Yes! MJ the Musical was nominated and so well deserved for a Grammy today for Best Musical.
Wow.
Best Recording, MJ the Musical. And we're so excited for them. This is so well deserved. They're up for some tough competition, but I believe that they will win. So this is a major kudos to Miles Frost, to Tavan Old Sample, Tavano Sample, and the rest of that cast for pulling it through. And that if you haven't bought the CD, go out and get the CD or download that CD. It is phenomenal. It is a testament to Michael Jackson.
Wow. I actually bought copy,
Hmm.
but I don't think I bought the streaming copy.
Yeah,
I,
I bought
I
that.
stream it though. Oh, my bad. I need to press that. Well, it's activated. I would like to thank you guys for helping my TikTok get to 1,000 followers. It is my only successful TikTok. I have three, but y'all seem to like the Jackson one the best. I've never seen something grow so fast in my life.
There you go. Well, congratulations to you. Well deserved.
Thank you, thank you. I love the Jackson family, even though
Um,
I,
can we
I lose it.
can we also give a shout out to somebody who deserves her flowers today?
Who?
Diana Ross was
Okay.
nominated for a Grammy today. The woman has never won a Grammy.
Wow.
Never a
Well,
competitive
well
Grammy. Got
deserved.
an
She's
honorary
definitely
Grammy.
underrated.
Yeah,
I was like, poor Diana.
and her love for Michael Jackson is evident. She's tweeted about it, especially during hard times. So, MJ family, let's celebrate some Diana Ross today too.
We actually had someone dressed up as Diana Ross on our Thriller Night on Saturday. So I guess this would be a nice segue to talk about your experience Thriller Night Friday, I
Um,
believe, correct?
yeah, I was there on Friday night.
So you
Um,
you had all the celebrities. How was your night?
my, I'm jealous of you guys too because you all had a great time. I
We
was
got the ratchet, and I mean in a good way, the ratchet hardcore MJ fans. I've never danced like that in my life.
I
I forgot to shoot. Wait till y'all see my vlog. I forgot to shoot, bro.
First of all, a big shout out to Prince Jackson, John Mudo, 3T, and everyone who was part of putting that together. They transformed the Encino home into Thriller, a graveyard. What else was on there? They had the theater for where the Vincent Price part of it was on there. They did everything right. And I was completely blown away. And you said you forgot to shoot. I forgot to take pictures because I
Same.
walked around and took everything in. I had never gone before. Um, and I was before I got there, I said, well, this might be the last time I can go because it's costs a little bit to get there. I can't wait to go back. I'm gonna be back there next October.
I think not think. And if God allows me to keep my job or my social media to grow financially, I'm
Mm.
going.
Yeah, no,
Cause
I
I
know.
was like, I people don't notice I never get into the house.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you get in
never
the,
so
and you can
okay.
get in the house.
Okay. So last year it looked like I went to a house, but it's weird. I kind of went in the house. And so if you see the real footage, like I went to the ghost room for 5 seconds and then I had the legacy thing with Prince. But in real life, that's 3 minutes in and out, right? That's all I saw of the freaking house. It's just too overwhelming to me. And because I like to dance, I stay on the dance floor too long. And that's the problem. I don't know how to get off the dance floor. So
But
I'm like, oh shoot. So I have to go next year to just go in the house and just stay in the house.
I walked around that house and said, I'm in Michael Jackson's house. I'm in the house where he recorded Thriller. And that's the other amazing thing. They opened up the recording studio so we could look in to see where Michael did Thriller and some of the other recordings. Blew me away. I wasn't expecting it. And I saw it, and they had some beautiful pictures of Michael, uh, of the family. When you walk down the long driveway, and these photos of Michael. Michael is a humanitarian. Michael with his mom and dad, the Jackson Five, Michael's children. They're all lined the walls there. Completely blew me away. I had to go back and take some pictures on my way out because I was so in awe of what I was experiencing. There was things going on, people walking up like werewolves and zombies and all kinds of things. It was amazing. So I encourage everyone, and the most important thing is that it goes to a good cause. And Heal LA and the Dee Dee Jackson Foundation are amazing foundations. They do great work in the community, and you know your money is going to someplace. You're having a good time, but your money's going to a good cause. So
Well,
I'll be
everyone
there next
has
week.
their their value of money. But for me, if I really like an artist, I'm going to spend money. I don't have my Star Wars stuff in my office, but I met this guy named Hayden Christensen, and it
Yeah.
cost me $220 to be with him for 30 seconds in a plexiglass. I had to pay for a flight, a hotel, and I had to pay to get into Comic Con. The
Yeah.
whole trip cost me $750 to be with him for 30 seconds.
But it was well worth
Everyone's value of what is important to them is different. You're in at least the Jackson's house for 5 hours, unlimited liquor, unlimited food, a swag bag, and then I've met more Jacksons this year than last year.
Yep.
And that's what with them, some of them hiding. I still got a good year. So and you're with them more than 30 seconds.
And the celebrities is Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey did not show up, but he got an award. But Chris Tucker was there. The cast for MJ the Musical, Miles Frost came with his entourage. Tevin Campbell was there. I know I'm leaving some people out.
There's so many people.
Shawn Mendes was there on Friday night.
Travis
Hanging out in the
Payne.
corner. Yeah.
Yeah, Travis Payne was in both of our nights. Yashi Brown was in both of our nights. It was a lot. There's a lot of people there. So for those who pay for meet and greets like me, this is the best meet and greet you could ever ask for, because like I said, when I met Hayden, they had plexiglass between us, and I still thought it was worth the $220 to give him his flowers. Because Hayden, I know y'all hate my Star Wars conversations, but I love Star Wars. Hayden Christensen was demonized for his performance in that whole trilogy. And I'm like, first of all, I love those movies. And I felt like he got a lot of flack. So that was my way of saying we appreciate you. And at the same thing with the Jacksons, I do this channel because for some reason they are always attacking this family. And I'm keeping it real. I think it's over race. I'm being very honest about this. There's no logical reason for this.
Yep.
It's like they sacrifice their childhood, free time, and especially the first gen. They connect with fans in ways that I've never seen any celebrity do.
And the amazing thing about Thriller Nights is the Jackson family is there. Michael's children are there. 3T are there. Austin Brown was there. And if you ask to take a picture with them, they are more than happy to oblige. And you can have real conversations with the celebrities, the family members.
Yes.
And
now, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't suggest a long conversation with them because there's just so much going on that night. But night, everybody was being respectful of time.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to monopolize any of them, but they're sincerely looking at you, listening to you, and responding to things that you're saying. So I can't wait to go back. I'm already, looking at hotels and that kind of thing. So.
Well, y'all will see in my vlog, there are pros and cons of sharing a room with so many people.
Well,
we have 5, and what I've learned that if you have other YouTubers, it can be an issue. Mm-hmm. Y'all will see. At the very end, I was like, "What? Like I'm trying to shoot." So I might be willing to spend a little bit more for my room because it's like I was exhausted, and it wasn't their fault. It was too cold for some reason. I need a place where I could be hot. Yeah. And it was too much going on, so I couldn't even get my makeup on. Yeah. So I was just like, and then like I was taking pictures with people, and I'm like, oh my God, you look so tired. I was exhausted. Like
we went to Sephora in the mall near the hotel and got our makeup done.
Oh man.
And they did such a great job, and I really appreciate it. And they told me stories how Paris Jackson was then there the week before buying her makeup. And we were hanging out with the staff, and the staff at Sephora was so excited that we were going to the Jackson family home. So I think they even put extra effort into doing our makeup. So
well, actually, Honey does makeup, but like I said, if you have all these people in the room, like how much can she do?
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh wow. Actually, I need to learn how to do my own makeup, but it's like I'm not really good at it. I don't like makeup at all. Like literally on my face, I have something called cacao powder, which is basically food. I don't like put no makeup on my face because I don't want to mess up my skin, but I have to learn how to do it. But
I'm going back to Sephora. It was
well,
easy, and
that might be a good tip. So this way we're not exhausting honey out.
Yeah, and it was inexpensive.
How
And
much is
you want to know
the
how much
makeover for Sephora?
$60.
Okay,
And I was there for an hour,
that's good.
and
I said next year I think I might just splurge. I spoke to Randy Nelson last night, the one who did hold on, Lady Nomics.
yeah.
I keep shouting this out because she's one of our Michael Jackson pool sponsors, and I want to give love to the moonwalkers who go above. I'm like, you're gonna buy her book, and she's also going to come on our channel to talk about finances.
She's
I
great.
promise you, I'm not rich, but I choose to put my money where I want it to go.
And Randy is part of the MJ Fans of New York, so
Yes.
so
And
we're
she's
proud.
very supportive. There are things that she will do for the fandom to make sure that it's taken to the next level. And I'm like, we all could experience things if we cut back. Like I stopped eating out. I'm saving $200 a month by eating food from home. And what was the other thing I was doing? But it's pretty much something like that saves me like $300 a month just by doing that.
Yeah.
So we have the money, y'all. We just got to figure out how to get there.
Start saving, that's all.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask people to start spending a little money this weekend because on Thriller 40, it's worth it.
No, of course. But I feel like some of the money, like remember when Michael first died, Melanie, I was spending like $500 a month buying Michael Jackson stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
For months I was doing that. And I'm like, so now that I've stopped grieving over Michael, when I realized all the stuff I brought, I said, oh my Lord, what is this? Like it was too much. I was buying stuff like Michael Jackson playing cards this little. Make this make sense. I'm never going to use this. Like buy stuff that means something to you. I'm not saying don't buy stuff. Their music means everything. So I buy all their music. But it's just like, be mindful. Why are you buying blah, whatever that is? Yeah. And if you can't answer why you're buying it, use that money towards an event. I like the events way over the merchandise, except for the music. The music out trumps everything.
Well, the music is certainly, but you also buying experiences. And these experiences are memories that you will have for a lifetime. I can tell you the first time I bought Thriller, the original Thriller, and it is part of my memories. I can tell you the first time I heard the Jackson 5 on the radio, my friends and I lost our mind because there were 5 brothers who looked like us. And then when they did the Ed Sullivan show, and my entire neighborhood gathered around our TV in our house because we had the color TV. Those are memories that I will have forever. Thriller 40 is another part of that experience. I always say that Michael is the soundtrack of our lives. And I can remember very specifically different times in my life that his music had a major impact on me.
I think that's why his community is so big, because it has been our soundtrack to our lives. I'm not sure if you saw my live with Red, but remember I was saying to her, I said, I have a fandom for 3T like no other. And when I was talking to my friend, I realized that was the era my father died, which means I was probably using their music to heal.
Yeah.
So when I see them, I see something good in a bad time. So it's just like people don't understand what music does to you. I know I've been using music now to heal. Literally, I listen to music every day to help me just get through everything. It makes me feel good, especially Jackson music is very positive. I listen to a lot of gospel music or praise music. A lot of music I listen to is very, very positive, and it helps. So it's like when you have a Jackson catalog to their level, their music for the most part is very positive, very loving, very healing. And I think that's why they're the soundtrack of our lives. And these events now take it to the next level of fandom. So Giga, stop. My dog, you see her about to bark. I'm like, don't do that.
Company. Hello.
Well, neither one of us ate. So she's giving me that energy like, mama. Well, baby, but we got at least another 20 minutes, Giga, relax. So I agree with you, Melanie. What I've gotten from this community is the experiences that will last a lifetime. Um, I still can't even tell you how unbelievable Thriller Night this year was for me on a personal level,
Mm-hmm.
because it was saying that everybody matters. Like what's taking me so long to edit this Thriller Night is I was looking through Instagram trying to identify everybody, because every single moonwalker who supports this matters. Like, I've never treated anybody like, well, if you're not doing a YouTube, you don't count. If you showed up, you count. Every Because this what makes it a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
that people come out of their house to meet up with the Michael Jackson fans in New York.
Yeah.
When MJ Fangirl was in New York, she was doing Legacy of Love, and those are attached to very special memories. When Amada was here, you remember, like, instead of us doing Thriller Night, we used to do Thrill Through the World
True.
every October.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's taking the fandom to a level that I didn't get to experience as a kid, because one, my mother wasn't having it, and I was a kid. She was like, "Oh, no, 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 you're staying in the house." That's, so I get to do everything I couldn't do as a child now as an adult. And I'm so happy that you stuck it out, Melanie. I don't know how you do a Michael Jackson group and not lose your mind. There's so much work behind it, so many personalities you got to deal with,
Oh,
and you've always done this with a smile.
I I don't do it by myself. I have a group of people who
That's
are as
awesome.
dedicated to Michael as needs to be. I'm in that group. I'm also for MJ Justice Project, so that's another one of my groups, and the One Rose for Michael Jackson. And the reason why I do all this, and there's sometimes I take a break, but I'm always coming back. But the reason why I do it is for the love of Michael Jackson. His legacy is too important for it to be ignored, for it not to be celebrated. And I will always defend this man for my last breath because he brought so much to this world. And his music, listen, we can talk about Michael the Humanitarian, which would be a whole nother show. But his music has done so much for this world. When you see little kids who were not even born when Michael passed, and when I go to MJ the musical, and I've seen it 14 times, um, I've seen it 14 times already. Um, but the little kids show up dressed like Michael, and these kids are 6, 7, 8 years old doing the dance steps. They pay attention. Michael has that impact on them. That's why that legacy needs to be protected and honored and celebrated.
This
And I
is the
will always,
only family this happens to.
yeah,
I'm like, please make this make sense.
yeah,
I'm annoyed by it, and I'm confused by it, because I remember when Michael passed away, and there was this huge outpouring for him. I said, where was this energy when this man was alive? And
yeah,
that literally accidentally started my channel and my journey. I remember I made all this I Love the Jacksons family stuff, and rest in peace to my mom. My mom was helping me just get all the stuff together, and I'm going around the country holding this blanket, and
yeah.
I'm just like, and I did that because I said, not only that I want the world to know I love Michael Jackson, but I also wanted the world to know that I appreciate that family. I cannot imagine how much they had to sacrifice to get what they had. No privacy, they can't go nowhere. Like, they've lost most of their childhood. And I was like, oh no, we're going to give them their roses now. Because I wish I had this YouTube channel when Michael was alive. I've always loved that man.
Yeah, absolutely. And he, as I said, his legacy deserves it.
Yes.
And there are so many different ways. We talk about Stationhead, we talk about Facebook, we talk about Twitter. There are ways, especially if you're alone in your community and don't know any other moonwalkers, you go online, social media. The majority of my friends right now, I don't see every day because they live all over the world. Used to say all over the country. Now we've branched out. So, and then I'm able to, and we celebrate each other. We celebrate good times. Where they comfort each other in times of challenge, and we're always there for each other. and then I can go to any country in the world right now and connect with a moonwalker. We are planning to go. I haven't announced this yet, but we are going when the MJ the musical goes to London. There's a group of us going, and we're going to hang out with the UK fans. So, and it's because Michael's legacy deserves it. Certainly, that musical deserves it, and
Oh,
we
that's
have a lot to
awesome. If
celebrate.
I can go, I'll go. Like before the
Mhm.
pandemic, London was affordable and now it's not. I'm hoping by the time that happens, it'll be like more manageable.
Yep.
But I'm supposed to go to London next year, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But
Start
regardless,
saving now. I'm already saving it for it because we're going in 2024.
well,
I told them, of course, at Thriller Nights that we would go to London. So,
that's awesome. I think that's why, like, I remember the last live I was telling the Moonwalkers, I'm challenging you to dig deep into what you've always wanted to do. If you wanted to own your own business, or if you always want to do social media, I'm going to tell you from my own experience, you are going to be tired. You're not going to want to push through this. But it's just like if you really want something, sacrifice, and sooner or later those seeds will grow.
exactly.
And I think that's what I got from this year the most. I've never had so many seeds grow at the same time. And I'm still overwhelmed by it, very. But I'm also inspired to keep going because I was like, what happens if I can actually do what I really want to do? You know, I was like, I do want to be an entrepreneur. I never wanted to work for nobody. I didn't even see the point. It was
Mm.
like, no, why not be? And a lot of you guys, either you have businesses or you gave up on it, or you had YouTube channels and you gave up on it. I'm going to tell you from my own journey, it might take 13, 14, 15, 20 years to get where you want to go. But it's what you experience that will make you enjoy even more once you get there. I'm not there yet, but I can tell you this is the best social media year I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, oh, what
The
if I keep going?
possibilities are endless.
Yeah,
Miles Frost, who is the star of MJ the Musical, just gave an interview. And the thing that really struck me and resonated with when he said that he doesn't believe in no, he believes in not yet.
I agree.
So there might be some obstacles coming your way, but that doesn't mean, it just means the time might not be right, but that does not mean you can't achieve what those dreams are. So I encourage any, if it's social media, if it's opening a brick and mortar store, whatever it is in your heart, do. I used to be a television producer. I'm now a travel agent. I had to completely change my profession. Um, and it has not been easy, but it's something I enjoyed to do. When I decided that I was going to retire from television, that I wanted to do something because I wanted to travel the world. And one of the the joys that I have, especially with the Michael Jackson fan community, is that I can travel the world and meet other fans, and it's a special place in my heart to be able to do that.
I'm actually going to continue hoping that your seeds continue to grow. I've never seen someone have such a commitment. And like I said, you have unique challenges because you have a a group, you do events and stuff, and that's legitly not easy. Like I remember when Amada would do stuff for MJ Fangirl, I'm like, how do you guys do this and not lose your mind? It's like it's hard. It is very hard to do what you are doing, and you're the last New York Michael Jackson group that's still running.
I know, I
So
know.
I'm like, oh my gosh. But I love how you're using technology to keep us together because we still have challenges. When
Hmm.
I did a vlog with Paris Jackson's concert yesterday, in my footage, the cops is fighting somebody. And that's literally in my footage as I'm going up the stairs. New York is still not where it needs to be. And then we went to the mural, and Randy and them didn't realize that somebody was behind them. And I think they were trying to steal their phone. So they were like, why are you yelling? I said, because you have a man behind you. Like
Yeah,
New York is still not safe. I don't care what the other YouTubers are telling y'all.
New York is a challenge, a good challenge.
Yeah, it's not as bad as last year, but it's still not how it was before the pandemic.
Can we talk about one thing that's going to happen in New York this weekend? The Michael
Um,
Jackson
Oh yeah, actually that's in this
40
part.
immersive
Hold on.
event. So, and it's a free event. It happened in Germany
Yes.
last weekend. They're bringing it here. I will be there Friday at 4 o'clock. And it's hard to describe. It is a multimedia celebration of Michael. You will see elements from the different music videos or short films. You can sit in the beaded bar and have a drink, soft drink. Um, but it is a lots of photo opportunities, and it's a great way to celebrate Michael. So that's happening in New York this weekend. But across the world, not the country, there are going to be fans who, someone said they're going on Sunday. Can't
Yeah.
wait. Rocky's World. Yeah. They're going to be fans who are going to be able to see the documentary about Thriller. So that's happening. And then there are different fan clubs around the world, again, who are fan events. Thank you. Milan, Bogota, Buenos Aires, Taipei City, Taiwan, Paris, France, Stockholm, Sweden, Victoria, Hong Kong, Santiago, Chile, and Lima, Peru. And if your city is not on that list, make your own party.
Yeah. I was hoping we got the documentary and I was gonna fly somewhere, but I'm like, I'm still trying to recover some money.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't come to New York, we'll figure something out. Cause I was just like,
I have hope that we'll be able to see that documentary. So I'm not worried about that. I'm happy about the fans, especially in Los Angeles.
yeah,
My friends who can go see it because they're not going to get the immersive.
right. I noticed they're just trying to give us each city something special.
Yes. So
But
we've got
I
them.
will give props to Shelly Block. She found the extra event for us for Thriller. This one is in
Oh,
New
I didn't know
York.
about this. Yes, we'll have to post this in the New York group.
Yeah, and I believe this is the skating thing. I'm probably not going to go. I don't know if you guys know, I got stiff joints, and I'm like, I think that will cause me to go to the hospital, so I'm not going to be there. But encourage you guys to go because Melanie will tell you before the pandemic, we had the most epic meetups, and we are in a particular blessing that Michael Jackson fans got to do like 80s things in the 2000 era.
Yeah.
And so to get that back, you guys have to participate. If you can't participate, please participate. Because that's how this works. If someone does an event, show up so people know to keep going.
Exactly.
Because
Well,
that was
look at
some of the challenges we had. We had this big gatherings in the beginning and they started dwindling. And I'm like, okay, well, if you
we'll
guys
get them
don't
back.
show up, then you're telling the coordinators that, you know,
Yeah.
no one's interested. I know from Thriller Night and Michael Jackson's party in Vegas, y'all are very interested.
Yeah. We are. We are.
So please
Do it.
support these things. If you have something in your city, because it's free 99, please go. You can't beat free, you
And the
know.
thing is, as I said before, those events that we talked about, the immersive events, they're free. But if there's nothing going on in your community, I started Michael Jackson Fans of New York with one person on Facebook. We are now well over 4,000 people in that group. And we had a meetup at a restaurant in Times Square, and I had no idea anyone was going to show up. 50 people showed up. So you can start, you never know who in your community. Just post it on Facebook. Someone said, Walt's going on Sunday. Um, if you want to start something and start your own fan group, we need more of you.
And I feel like this is where a lot of fans mess up. Either they won't show up to something if certain fans don't show up, or they won't show up if it's not a big gathering. I'm going to keep it real. Some of my favorite gatherings when it's only 2 or 3 of us.
Exactly.
I'm keeping that real. Don't
Yep.
think you need a whole bunch of people. Sometimes less is more. It's just about connecting with people that get where you come from. And most of the time, it's not even about Michael. We're just talking about life and stuff. And it's just Michael brought us together. But there's, especially this year, y'all have shared a lot with me, and none of it was Michael. That's why I will not just talk about celebration. I know because of the economy or grief or whatever, there's a lot of pain going on. But I'm hoping when we talk to each other that we're helping each other heal by meeting up, listening to each other, caring about each other, and
Exactly.
helping each other get to the next step. Now,
Yep.
don't get it twisted. This is not a way of ambushing people's energy and making them a therapist, but just find a balance of keeping it real and taking the time to heal with people and find the balance because sometimes we don't have the balance, but find it.
And if you're shy and don't want to leave your house, there's a whole social media world. You can come to the listening parties on Stationhead and party and talk to other fans and hang out. I'm going to be on the air for 5 hours. I cannot wait. I've already told my friends and family, don't call me. I'm busy. If you want to hang out with me, this is where I'm going to be.
That's
We have so
awesome.
much fun in those listening parties. And we're going to get new music on
Which
on
I'm
the
so
40.
excited about.
There's so much to celebrate. This week should be a celebration. We've got the Grammys or MJ the Musical. We've got Thriller 40 happening. There are all these events around the world. You're going to see the pictures. You're going to hear from other fans. This is a good week for Michael Jackson fans. And we wanted to make it a good month and a good season and fall into next year.
It's crazy. Usually this time, this is our actually one of our quietest times because quote unquote MJ season's over in October because of the album's anniversaries in November. I'm like, I've never seen so many Michael Jackson things going on in November in my life.
Exactly.
And I really want you guys to support it because when you support it, you're telling the estate that you want this stuff and they'll keep doing it. Like Melanie will tell you, we used to get some really amazing estate stuff in the first 10 years. We had that Roseland party in
Mm-hmm.
2010. We
Okay.
had the Escape thing. We had almost every album, there was something big going on. And of course, they had this for Thriller 40.
Yep.
And I hope the estate keeps doing this because those usually be the biggest parties. Anything by the estate is always extra litty, like
So we
extra.
so we need to support. That's why I'm hoping people show up for the immersive event. You just go on, and it's free. I don't know how many times I have to say that. It costs you nothing to get in there and celebrate that, and it encourages the estate to plan more activities.
Right? I'm like, if you guys don't support, they're going to feel like you're not interested. And when Melanie and MJ Fangirl and Amada was doing it, especially in the first 5 years, it was a lot of people that would come out. And that's why I'm glad like we have new younger fans in this space because they're just like, what's this? What's this? I say, y'all ain't seen nothing. This used to be New York 24/7. And I'm like, I don't know if we'll ever get to that level again. I think that's why we have Thriller nights and we're traveling now because that's the only way to get these kind of events
Yeah,
because
we
we're
broaden
all
our
spread out.
we took New York, and New York now goes to Vegas. New York now goes to Los Angeles. New York is going to London. So, the same energy, if not more, is traveling.
There's buzz about Michael Jackson's Vegas party next year, right? Already people are asking, are you going?
Yeah,
Because I think Circus Soleil is going to be 10-year anniversary. I think Invincible Jackson was telling me about that.
yeah. No, I'll be there.
I don't
I
know
love
yet.
Vegas.
I'll try. I'll try, guys. Please get this channel monetized. Please get this channel monetized by replaying these lives and get the watch hours up.
Exactly.
I said, I'm
Exactly.
not asking for money. I'm just asking for watch time. Oh my gosh. So we have only one or two Michael Jackson family events because we've been talking about all the Michael stuff, but we have two Jackson family events.
Okay.
We have Austin Brown who's going to be at Madame Siam this Thursday. Some of you guys have told me when you went to Thriller Night, you made sure you checked out Austin Brown, and that's how you saw Paris. So I was like, see, I'm glad if you're going to fly somewhere, get the maximized events you can get. And I believe he's still free, but don't quote me on that. And then, of course, the Jacksons will be in Cincinnati on November 18th. So if you're in that area, please give the Jacksons your flowers by supporting them by buying their tickets and seeing their shows. So And of course, thank you guys for sharing that information. So if whatever you guys post, I will be more happy to share it. Please go to my Instagram. And now we're gonna give the audience the floor. Let's see. I missed a lot. So let's see. This is thank you so much. This journey on YouTube has been painful. And literally, the Michael Jackson and Jackson family fans is the main reason why I didn't give up. MJ Fangirl, Honey, and Rocky were really instrumental to it of keeping, because I was just like, no one's watching my videos. Why am I doing this? But you Moonwalkers were getting mad when I was posting about Star Wars. You were like, where's Michael? Y'all was like, we want the Jackson. So combination of things saved me from giving up, because I was like, is anybody watching? But thank you. Because I was just like, there's nothing worse than working hard and you're like, but does anybody care?
Well, Trish, we need you, and we don't need you to go anywhere. We need your platform. We need your dedication, and we're watching.
Well, you like I said, I think the ones who didn't give up, like MJ Fangirl, you like y'all were helping me like not it was just like, does anybody care? But then like you guys didn't give up. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try. This is going to be my last round of doing this, because I'm like, especially the editing, it's so painfully long.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure.
to go through all that footage, and you're just like, I'm telling you guys right now, tomorrow's post, I gave as much credit to who's in those videos, but the dance post, I ain't tagging nobody. Those tags take so long. Like, could you imagine? Let me get Melanie's handle. Let me get Scarlett O'Hara's handle. It's so many of you guys. And then you don't want to offend people by not tagging them. Only one video I'm tagging, the rest of y'all, I ain't doing it. I don't get paid to do it.
Let me share one thing with you. Especially when I get discouraged, and it happens, when I am being challenged by something in the fan community, it happens. I think about what Michael Jackson had to endure, and he persevered, and he was able to keep singing. Was able to keep, and the amount of pressure that was on that man. And you, Trish, you went with us to the musical. There are some things in the musical I didn't even know about, and I thought I knew everything about the man. Like he paid for the phone bills for 500 people. Um, and if Michael Jackson could keep going and keep giving us music, then I can get over whatever the challenge is. You deal with it and then you move on. So yes, I
I
do it
think
for
the
Michael.
biggest challenge I had in this whole YouTube thing is, for example, Chris Brown. If I do a video about Chris Brown, no lie, 10,000 views, $600. If I do something for the Jacksons, 600 views. You know what I'm saying? So you be like, wait, what? But what keeps me going is literally the community, because I was just like, huh? And like, it doesn't even make sense.
You can't give up. You got to keep on persevering.
But now I realize like it's really about legacy at this point.
Yep.
And I feel like what I got from Thriller Night and even in Vegas from literally the Moonwalkers is the best currency I could ask for.
Yep.
Like, I've never had so much feedback and so much love and appreciation in my life, because it's like, even you, Melanie, when you paid for my ticket for MJ the musical, I was like, are you kidding me?
No, it's the least
Like,
I.
what? Like, it's those little things that it makes me go, oh wow, y'all appreciate it, because I like,
We appreciate what you do, sister. You should know that. So it was a blessing for me to have you with us. Um,
I think the YouTube insanity. Anybody who has Michael Jackson or Jackson family YouTube, I'm telling you, we have a whole different level of an obstacle. You have to love the Jacksons, because if it's about money, you're not going to get there. You have to love the reason why you're doing it. It really is over legacy preservation. And it is important. I've never seen a family sacrifice so freaking much. And then it's like they're getting attacked for what? They're not perfect. If you think the Jacksons are perfect, that's where you messed up. They're human and they are flawed just like the rest of us. But in spite that, they they deal with fans. They can be dead tired. I have video of the Jackson doing a show. You can tell they're tired, and they still would do meet and greets for free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get into. I'll pay for the meet and greet, but they know not everybody has it.
Yeah.
They will stay after the shows just to take pictures with them, and people don't know that. So I was like, oh, that's what's up. So you don't find celebrities doing that.
No.
And they're not 12 anymore. Some of them in their 60s, 70s. I'm like in my late 40s. I can barely walk. These men are dancing on the stage like, yeah. They love and appreciate their fans. And like I said, they're not perfect, but I appreciate that they appreciate us. And that's what keeps me going. That's the currency. Thank you for saying thank you.
Exactly. And I see people in the chat are talking about that they're going to come to the streaming parties and listening parties. I thank you. Come party with us. We're going to have a great time. I think her name is Sherry. So a lot of folks talking about the listening party. So thank you.
Uh, I love the community. You guys, I belong to the Star Wars community, which is dope. Shout out to the Star Wars fans. And girl, you missed it on the night we went to Thriller Night. There were I call them Skywalkers, even though it's not their official name, but there were Skywalkers and Moonwalkers. Girl, I was in heaven.
Yeah, I saw 'em. They were there Friday night too.
If you are a Star Wars fan, please come to Thriller Night. I was on the floor when I saw us. I said, "Oh hell yeah!"
Yep.
We're really rare. Um, Scarlett
Scarlet.
O'Hara wrote on her thing she wished that the station had title. I hopefully title will be added. I don't understand why they're not. That's considered a major platform, but I think because this is a new medium, that they're trying to figure out how to make this work,
Stationhead is fairly new, so I think they started with Apple and Spotify.
which are probably the top two hands down.
But title will come, I'm sure, because as they're improving things right now. I host the show from my phone because you can't host from a laptop yet.
Oh,
But
I didn't know that.
you have to. They haven't. You can listen from your laptop, but I can't host. So I have to host from my phone.
I did
Um,
not know that.
but they're working on it, so I'll be able to host. I would rather host from my laptop. So it's all part of development for Stationhead, and the fact that those communities, BTS, Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, are able to get those songs to number one based on what's going on Stationhead. Cardi B uses it. Lizzo uses it. We can do the same for Michael Jackson.
I love how you're putting this on, like really getting us aware. And like I said, I want to give credit to Invincible Jackson. She's the first person I've ever heard about this. But adaptability is very important if we are part of the legacy preservation, because it's like we have to know how the other people are using technology to keep their stuff going.
Yeah,
So I'm like, this was really smart that you brought this to our attention, because I was like, this is the future,
it
and
is.
the artists get credit. So Teresa J says she wishes she knew about the Thriller album. I'm not gonna lie, that was a challenge I had with the Thriller challenge. We were dealing with Thriller night. I'm keeping it real. I barely streamed Thriller until I got home.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a lot going on in real life. I was like, I know Scarlett O'Hara, I think, was streaming literally at the Havenhurst house when she was there. I said, girl, I have an iPhone 8 that will drain out my stuff in minutes. I said, nah, man.
But here's what I'll say to Teresa: keep streaming it, keep playing the album, and come Friday, you're going to get some new music that we have not heard before, or most of us have not heard before. Um, so I plan in my house, it's going to be a Thriller 40 month, if not year. I'll be playing those songs, and we're going to play them during the listening party on Stationhead.
Jennifer writes in her thing, oh snap, I lost it. I can't
Oh,
wait.
thank you. And I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. Jennifer Niles, who is, and I believe Trish, you have her up the. She is kicking off the listening parties, And if you go to her listening party, if you show her receipts that you bought Thriller 40, you will be in the running for a Nate Giorgio print.
Nice.
How amazing is that?
That is.
And that is the first night, which starts on the 18th, and Jennifer kicks us off. So I know I'm going to be listening because I like to have a print, um, for sure.
Yeah, this is I didn't mean to press that. But hi, Susan. Susan, I met her during Thriller Night. She was dressed like Elizabeth Taylor. And
Uh,
I'm editing the footage now. I've never got so much joy looking at just you guys past the chat. You know, that's how I met Teresa J, Susan, David. It's like Melanie will tell you the thing I cherish the most of this Michael Jackson / Jackson family journey is meeting you guys, because I never had this as a kid. And from what I remember, I was the only Michael Jackson fan that I knew, period. Like when we were kids, it doesn't count. You know, this is the 80s. I'm talking about when I was a teenager and in my 30s, I knew nobody but myself. And I was just like, I just felt so isolated. So now that I get to meet all you guys, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not alone. Because we know there's millions of us, but we're spread out. So when we go to these meetups, it's like, oh my God, I'm with my people.
Michael said, "Meet the family." There are millions of us.
And
Uh,
it's good to connect. I do my best, at least for the last 13 years. I'm not always good with names, but I literally remember how I meet every single one of you. Like it's just I'm not good at anything else but remembering how I met Moonwalkers. It's the weirdest thing about me. It's like, oh, what about American history? Don't know, but I can tell you when I met you.
I'm looking in the chat. Jennifer Jackson said Austin Brown was nominated for a Grammy today. I didn't know that.
Shut up.
Congratulations, Austin Brown.
Oh, where is that? Oh my God.
I'll
Oh,
have to
Austin, I
go
wish I could find that.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll go on Instagram. But congratulations, thanks, Jennifer. I didn't know that, and I watched the nominations today live. I missed that one.
This is a good year, man.
And
Um,
Phil's getting the proper acknowledgement. It's
yeah.
well deserved. Yes, Thriller 50. Oh, please. I
She's
can't
like, oh, I'm ready for the Thriller 50 parties.
wait.
I hear that.
We're gonna have a big party in New York for Thriller 50. I can guarantee that.
Man,
Oh,
Melanie,
Susanna.
y'all.
I thank you. Yes. Well, I'm hoping that we go back to do because of COVID. One Rose was put on hold for a while, but I'm hoping that changes and we can go back and get those roses for Michael because he deserves them.
I love
Thank you, Susanna. I appreciate that.
I
Thank
love what they do for Michael June 25th
Yeah.
in Cali. They were releasing dubs. I'm not sure if you guys saw MJ Fangirls live post. I said they went all out.
Well, when you can put, you get 17,000 roses and red ones and white ones, it takes my breath away. And the fact that the fans come together to put those roses out is it's pretty amazing.
Every time. One shout out to MJJ Anonymous. What's up? Sup?
I love that.
Teresa J asks, how do you buy an album when you have Apple Music? I don't see an option to buy.
Go to iTunes on your phone, and you
No,
can buy.
no, no, no. You're right. It is iTunes. You're right.
Yeah, you go to iTunes and you can buy it there, but you don't have to buy from Apple Music. You can go to Amazon. I bought from Apple Music and Amazon. So there are other ways to buy the music as well.
So far for Thriller 40, only pre-sold it from the Apple store, and then I'm probably going to get the other one from Target. I always get a hard copy, always.
And
I
you can
just
also
want to see like who has the most exclusive whatever.
And I know Target, I know Walgreens, I know Walmart, But you can also buy it from michaeljackson.com. So there are
Okay.
all kinds of ways to get that album.
I kind of wish the estate had an option to buy the Thriller single as a hard copy, because I think that could have been another way to make history too. Like, Prince was the first person to talk about streaming Thriller months ago, but it's one of those things. If we knew it would became this huge movement, then the estate probably could have positioned to make sure that we made that happen.
Well, we should let them know. I mean, they listen to the fans. They should
So
let
I'm
them know.
like, I know they would have brought it just to make this history.
Yeah.
And I
Don't
said that if they didn't want to waste money, they should have pre-sold it so they don't have to overprint. It's one of those things. If we knew, they probably should have had pre-sales in the beginning of the year, and this way they know how much to release.
Well,
But
they're pre-selling the pre-sales for Thriller 40. I mean, I
yeah,
reserved
yeah.
my copy months ago. So
I said I had no idea the single only charted it for, the highest charting position was four. I never knew that it never became a number one single. No clue.
nope, got close. Not
MJ Innocent writes, legacy artists have to have a meaningful reason to chart.
well. Thriller 40 is certainly that meaningful reason to chart. I agree.
Teresa J was talking about my dancing. Oh my gosh, I never danced like that in my life. I was trying to get Teresa to dance with me. I was like, "Girl, come on the dance floor with me."
I know next year my costume I'll have sneakers on. I'll tell you that much.
Listen, I was dancing in Crocs. That was the best decision I ever made. I was doing it because I have like an issue with one of my feet, but
Mm-hmm.
literally that was the most comfortable shoe I've ever danced with in my life. I said I
Yep.
might have to do Crocs again next year.
Put your dancing shoes on. Absolutely.
Yeah, like a lot of people make the biggest mistake to try to look cute. MJ fans are not wired that way. Like, they get excited when they just see you with a Michael Jackson t-shirt. Come
Yeah.
comfortable.
And you can look cute from the ankles up, and you can
Yes.
make your Crocs cute, and you can make your sneakers cute.
I made it work. I had lavender Crocs to match my little, Figment outfit. And I was just, at first I was like, oh my God, people are going to make fun of me. But I was like, oh, well, I'm going to be comfortable. That's all that matters.
Jennifer is saying that Walmart and Target will have their own exclusives on Thriller 40, which means then I'm going to have to go to Walmart and
Okay.
Target and get. And as I said, I'm giving out during my Stationhead listening parties. You can win a CD.
Scarlett O'Hara writes she plans to be at Thriller Night.
Yay! I'll see you.
Yeah. I said, ooh wee. I said, girl. Teresa J wanted to do the memory room. From what I know, memory room is only to celebrities. I can understand why they don't open it to the public, because God forbid someone touches those pictures and mess it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll
There's,
ever open it
there's
to
great
us.
videos. There's great videos of the memory one.
Yeah, it's like I understand why they don't open it, but maybe one day. Also, Teresa J was saying that some of the Jacksons were hiding. Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
But you guys, we spoke about this before. Let's say there's 100 Jacksons in real life between the first gen and their children and their grandchildren. I don't know. Yeah, some of them have grandchildren. They're all different, and the problem is people lump them up and be like, "Well, Prince is like this, and Tito's like." They're all different. Some of them legitly don't want to be bothered. Y'all gotta respect that too.
There's plenty of Jacksons there. Don't mind
that,
taking a picture.
that want right exactly.
So, and they know exactly that everybody wants a picture. So
yeah, it's one of those things like this. Still, if I remember, Prince said that BG, this was a family event that has expanded to a fundraiser, and sometimes they just want to be with their family. So the ones that were positioned outside, you knew who wanted to take the pictures, and the ones who didn't.
That's fine.
That's fine too.
I got lots of pictures. I'm not worried about it.
I didn't. First of all, I wish I took pictures with every single one of y'all. It was so much bigger than last year. It got me off guard.
But now you're prepared for next year. So
Man, I'm so prepared. I want to take a picture with everybody. And when I mean everybody, I mean the moonwalkers.
yeah,
Especially if you're in my lives, I want to take a picture with every one of y'all. And
yeah, I would like a group picture of us if we can get.
yes, I'm like,
We
no,
weren't able to do that.
the moonwalkers are amazing.
Cheryl Charge is asking, was it Austin Brown's Michael's nephew? Yes, it was. Home Free that was nominated for a Grammy. I don't know, but I have to go look at the Grammy list. So we just found
Oh,
out during this.
that's awesome. Congratulations to Austin. Like, I've been playing his song Fire all day, but I learned from the streaming party for the Thriller Challenge that you can't play it back to back.
No, you have
So
to break
I've
it.
been actually putting Paris Jackson's music in between hits. Because I mean, she has a new single. Plus, I'm just catching up with her music from, I believe, Wilted was from
Yeah.
2019. I
Hmm.
was like, well, you know what? Let me catch up with everything.
Yeah, that's why
Um,
on my playlist that I have yet to put together because I'm waiting for Thriller 40 to be released. I play Michael songs, I play Jackson songs because if you play them back to back, if I play Thriller 5 times in a row,
it
it's
won't count, right?
it won't count because
It's
it's
like bot behavior.
hot behavior.
Make
Exactly.
sure you put Austin Brown's Fire on there. I
All
love it.
right, I will make sure I go out and get it.
Um, uh,
Music is healing. Thank you.
yes,
Kelly. That's MJ Justice Project. That's Buds, my partner in crime.
you need to get 200. I believe, again, support these. Someone's taking the time to do streaming parties. They're very fun. I didn't understand Stationhead until the challenge, but it's really cool.
Yeah, and Buds is saying that Buds is MJ Justice Project. We need to get 200 people in each of the party chats every night from
Oh,
November.
congrats. You got like the top 20 Stationhead thing, right? Like a week ago.
We did. So we have Travis Payne coming on the 19th. We're working on some others. And, we're encouraging everyone who's in the chat today to join us. There are several days that we're doing this. And you tell your friends, please post about it on social media. I post a lot, but your outreach is bigger than mine. Collectively, we can get this done. So,
Yeah.
but right, at least 200 people, because each person who goes into that chat room during the Stationhead party is considered a stream. Those streams count. So that's 200 streams for Michael Jackson, Thriller 40, and we do it continually. It will get Thriller 40 back on the charts
That's
where it
awesome.
belongs. And as I said, Thriller is the number one music video right now. And it's been that way for 2 days. Beat It is number 4.
Well, what Nice was asking, did I see the 4K videos?
Yeah.
Not yet, because I'm trying to get a new Apple TV, and I think I have reward points to get an Apple TV for free, because I don't have nothing in my house that will be able to, like, you know,
Yeah.
play with what they're trying to show.
But yes, well, and I actually got teary eyed when I saw it.
Really?
Things in the Beat It video that I didn't, it was so crisp and clear that I didn't even know that I missed it the first time. So
Did you
yeah,
see that picture where they were saying Michael had an extra tooth, but we think somebody?
I saw that.
I think that's fake, right?
Yeah,
Because I said Michael has a actually, a lot of Jacksons have these freakishly pretty ass smiles. Like, I'm like, y'all should get like teeth sponsorships. Like, they just got these really pretty big teeth.
yeah, no,
Especially TJ Jackson. Jackson, someone needs to sponsor his freaking smile. It is the prettiest smile I've ever seen in my life. I was
yeah.
like, your smile's even bigger than Michael's. You got pretty teeth.
Michael does not have an extra tooth, but
Okay, so that was fake, right?
I thought it was. So
Y'all tried it. Because I'm
well,
like, is this because we have 4K and people could see his mouth better? But I
oh,
remember all my pictures from his childhood, he had really, really perfect looking teeth.
okay. Elle is asking, are there instructions on how to get to the chat room? The chat rooms in the Facebook group. The chat rooms are on Stationhead, and I post. If you follow me on Twitter, Melly for Justice, or if you go to thriller40.com, all the listening parties are listed there and there are links to the individual listening parties. Mine, the ones that I'm DJing are November 19th and the 23rd, but go to all of them. They're all being DJ'd by fans who love Michael. So, and you can win prizes. So that's, and another bonus. Not only are you going to hear great music, but you can, so you just click on the link and it gets you, but download the Stationhead app, if you will, and you have to be Apple Music or Spotify, and there are free trial periods if you don't want to pay for it. I don't know if Apple Music will appreciate me saying that, but it's true.
Yeah, well, at least it's fair because it's $10 a month. This is why I said I think people have money, and I'm not talking to you if you lost your job or if you have a condition that keeps you from making full-time money. I'm just talking about like if you're still working and everything's good. What I've learned about myself, I spend a lot of money on a lot of dumb stuff. For example, before they had streaming, I was spending $500 a month in music. $500 a month. Because remember back then, you had to buy hard copies. I'll give you $10 if I can have unlimited music.
Yeah, and if you hold it for the month of November into December, and then you get,
You can let it go.
but
Yeah,
they have free trial periods, so there's no reason why you
right. I
can't.
think $10 a month is a fair exchange.
That's what I pay for Apple Music. I pay for it, so
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'll pay that. Like if I know I downloaded Paris's most recent single, like I still gotta do Austin Brown's. Forgive me, Austin. It's been streaming it, but I need to download it. I try now to download because of the streaming parties. Like, no, just download it and then stream it with the station head so they can get the streaming power.
exactly.
Um,
Elle, thank you for asking that question. I want to make sure everyone understands. Uh, you have to go through a couple of steps, but it's worth it, and you will have the time of your life in those chat rooms. And who knows? Prince Jackson showed up. Taj Jackson showed up. We're working on some other Jacksons, and hopefully they come to some of the streaming parties as well, the listening parties.
well,
So
maybe Austin Brown should show up since he got a Grammy
well,
nomination.
you
Go,
know what?
go, go,
I'll reach,
Austin.
I'll reach out to him and ask him. How about that?
Okay.
I'll congratulate and say we need you to come into the chat room. Do you know if there will be an after party for the 20th? Don't know, Rocky. I wish I did.
Cheryl Rowe, I hope I didn't lose that highlight about Gaston and Moses now having dance studios coming back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course I unhighlighted it. I can't. I can't.
Gaston, if you go to Michael Jackson fans in New York, Gaston is posting that information in that, and you don't have to live in New York to be part of that group. With anybody who loves New York, been to New York, wants to go to New York, Michael Jackson fans in New York. So check it out there. Now,
Scarlett O'Hara writes she enjoys meeting other moonwalkers at these events.
I do too, Scarlett.
I believe Jennifer's answering the question about Austin Brown. This is what he got nominated for.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, Austin is extremely talented, and of course the pandemic he wasn't as active, but now I don't know if you guys saw his live shows. It looks like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger every week. So I'm very happy that he's getting back into his creativity and excelling, because I
Yeah.
was like, he writes his own music, he plays instruments, he sings, he dances very well, and I might add he's very handsome. I think all the Jacksons are handsome. I'm like, but he got that Thriller Michael look. I'm here for it.
And Chelsea's been very supportive of Paris, so we can appreciate,
Yes.
especially at a time when she needed support. So,
So let me see if I missed any other. Oh, okay. So you don't have a streaming service. I would suggest doing what Melanie says, do the free trial and cancel it before you get charged.
yeah, that's it.
But if you could afford it, I would invest it because, again, especially coming from the eras of CDs, and some of you guys weren't from that era, I used to spend hundreds a month just to get all the latest music. And I said, now all I pay is $10 a month as opposed to $10 per CD.
Yep.
And remember, it used to only be $10 if you got it for the first week. Then it would go up to $13.99. So I'm like, oh, no more of those days. If you were not a Jackson, I'm not buying CDs no more. Oh my God. You could see the tooth. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I don't know. We need more evidence, Jennifer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess everybody's talking about the clarity of these videos. I guess you guys are seeing things that you haven't seen before.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's beautiful, and hopefully we'll get more.
Oh, here's the breakdown of the streams, how each 200 streams equals one track play.
Yep.
So that's why I'm like, hey, if you guys could just do a hard, buy a downloadable thing so it can get more credit, and then you stream it,
And then come to the listening party, because each person who's in that listening party is a one stream. That's why we want a minimum of 200 people. I'm not even going to tell you the BTS has hundreds of fans in their listening parties.
Wow. So, Teresa took it back to Columbia House. Remember this? But Columbia House would catch you because you would get, I think it was like 13 CDs for like a penny. And then like you would have that obligation to get like 6 CDs. And you're like, by the time you calculate it, you're like, I'm not saving anything.
Yep. I remember Columbia House.
That's Shelly Block writes, where can she watch the videos in 4K? I have Apple TV, but can't find it.
YouTube.
And it will still look good or not as good?
I thought it looked good, but you can also go to iTunes.
Okay.
Let's beat it on iTunes.
Also, it's in 4K even on the Michael Jackson YouTube channel?
I didn't watch it on the, I'm assuming it is, yes.
Okay.
I watched it on the iTunes, but I know fans have watched it on YouTube.
Oh.
Okay. Will the Thriller 40 documentary be shown in the States? I hope so. It's going to be shown in different cities, but I'm hoping that it's going to be on broadcast television at some point.
I remember like you had that meetup for us for Thriller 3D. Yep. So, hopefully if there is an option to pay, I don't know what they're going to do, because I got the impression like they're just going to do this one screening. I don't know. We never know.
Yeah, if we ask for it, just keep asking for it.
We're asking for it, estate.
They're hearing you.
It's like, we really appreciate it. Can you pull up the video on live? Unfortunately, no. But maybe I'll do a what do they call it? Live reaction, because sometimes you can get in trouble for that. So I don't want to waste an hour and 38 minutes that Melanie was gracious enough to share with me, and then that gets blocked. Because I do lives with Star Wars people, and they do stuff like that, and it causes problems in real life. Like, I've actually seen lives get shut down in real time. I'm like, oh, wait. So maybe I could do a reaction live, and if they shut that down, it'll just be for that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Although I have a nice digital library, I love my LP, CDs, and cassettes.
Exactly. That's why I bought hard copies.
Only with the because my problem is, where do you store that? Even my Jackson collection has gotten out of control. We had to relocate it recently because I was like, that's a lot of music. Like,
I still buy them.
For the Jacksons and Chris Brown, everyone else I gave up. It's just too hard to store it all. Yeah. So I'm like, I love you, artists, but there's just no more space. So, you're getting to see Thriller 40 on Friday.
She's buying it. It just, if we're not, I don't know if we made this clear. You can get the CD, download the CD on Friday.
Okay. So, of course, when we did pre-sale, that counts, right?
Exactly, it counts.
And then, of course, if we're trying to make history, we need to buy the Thriller 40 hard or whatever the week
You need to
in that
start,
first week.
yeah, starting on Friday, not before. You can put it on pre-sale. You need to download, buy hard copies of, go to Walmart, go to Target, whatever you need to do, whatever is easiest for you, starting on Friday.
Okay. Scarlett O'Hara had replied to Shelly that she did see this on Tidal, but it's on Apple Music too.
Yep, she's right.
Also, if you download it on Apple Music, you can see it on your computer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think some of the challenges people are having is they're still in the Android ecosystem. So that's I'm almost sure Shelly's in the Android ecosystem as opposed to like, Apple's ecosystem. So this is probably more tailored to Android people. How do they see the 4K stuff? Interesting. Al, somebody's mom is buying their CD on Monday. Yay! I don't know if I'm going to unbox mine. Because back in the days, I used to buy 2 hard copies, but now I just do 1 digital and 1 hard copy.
I bought 2 and I'm going to buy more. I'm giving it out as Christmas gifts.
Oh, it's actually good.
So some of my family and friends are going to have it in their stocking.
You've always been good stuff. I remember we used to do the meetups, and you used to have the best prizes. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, we have.
Remember the soda can that nobody can get? And I think because of your party, I finally got a soda can.
That's right. When they had the Michael Jackson on the Pepsi can.
Yeah, the bad one, right? I think that's the one I couldn't get.
Yep.
This one was hard to get too.
Yeah.
This one was. I'm like, I collect the weirdest stuff, but this was only 75 cents from the 99-cent store. Yay! I can't.
Nikki
she said she still got her Android, so she'll try Tidal. Okay, that's a good idea.
My cousin's about to come in the house, and she's gonna make some noise.
No worries. So we're gonna wrap this up. Teresa J goes. She doesn't even know she has. I don't even think my CD player works either. I have one, but does it work? I don't know. I think I just bought the CDs just to have them. Like my Mac actually has a CD player, but it's on its last leg, so I don't even bother to use it anymore.
But I have a Bose that I can put cassettes. I'm buying a few copies of Thriller. I'm giving some away from my MJ Christmas party. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. Thank you for that.
All right, guys. Since Melanie has company, I think it's a good time to have the outro. We are going to leave with some more footage of Prince talking to Melanie during their Stationhead live. So thank you so much, Melanie, for gracing me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me talk about Thriller 40. And I appreciate everyone who's listening today. And please go out and support Thriller 40 starting on Friday.
All right, guys. We're going to play our clip.
Please come to the Stationhead listening party.
Absolutely. I'll be there for as many as I can make it.
Yep.
All right.
From what I've heard, not only from people in my family, but from people who I don't even know, people that I respect either for personal or professional reasons, have all come to me and explained from different perspectives what Thriller has meant. And it's I don't know, it's difficult to comprehend in a way.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's just so impressive because there's not really another comparable that you could have for something like this. Like I don't know how many short films or music videos, whatever you want to call it, is in the Congressional Library. But none that I can necessarily think of off the top of my head. And so to think that this is a moment in cultural history, in pop culture history, in just our country and global history is such an incredible phenomenon. And I feel like the roots dig deeper and deeper every one of these milestones, if that makes sense. From
Absolutely.
like those flash mobs that happened in the prisons back in like 2000, I don't know when, but the 25th anniversary to now we have the flash mobs in New York. It's crazy that people are still celebrating and still there's all that love to this day.
Thank you for checking out this live or replay with my special guest, Melanie, for Thriller 40. Make sure you check out the next post because it's all about Thriller Night. And don't forget to sub, like, and share. And I will see you guys real soon.